top, yeah. Slowly do it. If you're watching it, you speak. You don't get anything with it.
Welcome to Gambia's 60th independence anniversary. May God wish you bless all the Gambians for happy anniversary. But we can only proceed with our program if we're able to maintain some men are the one to have your attention and be quiet, please, so that we can have our welcome address from Sister Victoria, who's about to give us the welcome address. But we please. I think we're missing a point here. I want to see the smiles, but not the ones, because we want to hear Victoria's voice. So welcome everyone, thank you very much. And now Victoria is going to give us the welcome address. May I have your attention, please, for Victoria.
And His Excellency Mr. Suntuture, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ministers of the Westminster Methodist Central Board, members of the Gambian Sierra Leone Fellowship, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all this evening to celebrate this wonderful milestone of our 60th independence anniversary as we continue to unite, strive, work and pray to our great God of our nations. Please make yourselves comfortable as we are about to enter part 2 of today's program. On this note, I now hand you over to our Deputy Head of Mission, Mr. Suntuture. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, High Commissioners from Zambia, Ambassador from Senegal, General Chekwa, Ambassador from Guinea, Jallo, Ambassador from Mauritania. We are honored to have you here today. The high table, we have Dr. Nick Morris, and the Gambia 60 Organizing Committee. We work together with them to put this together. There is not much time due to, of course, the late start, but food will be served at the different tables because we cannot have people moving around to have food. Your Excellency, we want you to just give your opening speech. Make it short. I know lawyers always overrun. There is not much time. Of course, we have our distinguished Gambians who we will be recognizing after Her Excellency's speech, with Janikeba entertaining us. But everybody here, I can look at my speech, so there is no time really. But we have a lot of fine Gambians, and there is a lot for us to celebrate. We are always doom and gloom as a nation, but we've come a long way. Let's give ourselves a massive round of applause. Of course, Dr. Jibril Fall, a friend of the High Commission, a friend of the Gambia government, will be talking about the diaspora and what we have contributed to take Gambia forward. Without us, I think Gambia will struggle. True or false? So, Dr. Jibril Fall, too, you have to be ready. So, Your Excellency, hand over to you.
Thank you very much, DHM. Your Excellencies, colleague heads of mission and members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed FCPU colleagues, distinguished guests and friends of the Gambia, fellow Gambians. I stand before you today with immeasurable pride, profound gratitude, and optimism as we commemorate the independence of our beloved homeland. I am grateful to all of you who found time in your extremely busy schedules to be with us this afternoon as we celebrate our 60th independence anniversary. From the outset, I would express my immense gratitude to the Gambia at 60 Steering Committee in helping to put these celebrations together. My gratitude also goes to my DHM, Mr. Sotuture, and the entire team at the mission for your hard work in organizing this significant event. In gathering here, we do far more than mark an anniversary. We reaffirm our identity as Gambians. We reassert our sovereignty, and we rekindle the eternal flame of self-determination, unity, and progress that burns within each and every one of us. Our independence is not a mere historical footnote. It is a vibrant pulse of our nation, the living embodiment of our ancestors' struggles and aspirations, and the guiding force that propels us toward an even brighter future. From the dawn of our history, the Gambia thrived as a tapestry of rich civilizations, flourishing trade routes and dynamic cultures. Our forebears governed themselves with wisdom and built communities bound by unity, ingenuity, and a deep reverence for the land that sustained them. In the 15th century, the arrival of European powers challenged this natural evolution. The subsequent exploitation of our people and resources, along with the horrors of the traumatic slave trade, cast a formidable shadow over our history. Yet through it all, Gambians demonstrated a resilience that refused to be extinguished. Where oppression sought to stifle our collective spirits, our will only grew stronger, burning like an ember ready to ignite into a brilliant flame of freedom. That enduring spirit of the Gambia was championed by many courageous leaders, among them the Reverend John Polifai, JC5, fondly called, one of the founding fathers of our nation and its constitution, who sought to transform a political landscape and usher in an era of self-determination. In an environment where the aspirations of our people were often sidelined, Reverend JC5's dedication to constitutional reforms and inclusive governance laid a cornerstone for the Gambia's eventual pursuit of independence. He worked tirelessly to ensure the voices of ordinary citizens were not only heard, but woven into the very fabric of our national identity. His determination was a clarion call to Gambians from all walks of life, reminding us that our future lay firmly in our own hands. When the winds of decolonization began to sweep across Africa, we answered the call with unrelenting resolve. We saw nations like Ghana emerge from the colonial chains, and we knew the time for the Gambia's liberation was at hand. Guided by inspiring leaders, among them Reverend Fai, Sadauda Kairoba Jawara, Safari Mansingatin, Alhaji A.B. Yai, and Mrs. Rachel Kama, the only woman, to name a few, and the political parties that championed our cause, our people negotiated a difficult road to self-rule. On February 18, 1965, our national flag rose high, proclaiming to the world that after 200 years of British colonial rule, the Gambia has forged its own destiny. That historic moment was not the mere lowering of a colonial banner, it was the birth of a new era, a profound turning point when Gambians everywhere would stand tall, determined to shape their collective future. Yet, the true essence of independence goes well beyond the removal of colonial rule. It signifies our rights and our responsibility to build a nation guided by our own values, to pursue an economy and governance system that serve our people first, and to stand proudly on the global stage as a sovereign state charting its own path. From the earliest days of freedom, our people were confronted with daunting tasks. We had to develop sustainable economic structures, strengthen new and fragile democratic institutions, and inspire national unity in a land that had known division and outside imposition for centuries. We inherited systems not tailored for our success, yet we rose to the challenge, incrementally creating and fortifying the pillars of progress that have stood the test of time. And in so doing, we reaffirmed that the soul of the Gambia is unbreakable. I may have to skip some of my parts of my speech so as to give time, but I'll try to make it available. So I would just say this, that to you, my fellow Gambians, we have traveled far, yet there are still new paths to forge. We are heirs of a glorious legacy, yet our greatest achievement may still lie ahead. Let us stand as living proof that independence is not a moment sealed in history, but a dynamic, evolving bond that unites us across time. Let us preserve and perfect the institutions that safeguard our freedom. Let us invest heart and soul in the promise of our youth. Let us harness the power of solidarity to overcome any obstacle. And on this auspicious day, let us honor all who dreamt of this reality when it seemed distant and impossible. Those who fought in quiet ways and those who stood boldly on the front lines, from Reverend Fai to Sadao Lepedawa Jawara, from Safari Mansingati to Alaji Ebinjai, from Edward Francis Small to Mrs. Rachel Palmer, and all the unsung Gambian heroes. Let us carry their courage in our hearts and their devotion in our deeds. Let us, with gratitude for our heritage and confidence in our destiny, step forward together, safeguarding the rich tapestry of our national identity for generations to come. Long live the Gambia. Long live our independence. May we forever stand tall, guided by the sacrifices of our past, the responsibilities of our present, and the limitless possibilities of our future. And may God bless the Gambia, now and always. Thank you.
You will be awarding a couple of disciplines, yes? To speed up things. Can food be speed up, please?
Right, we're about to be served, so let us just pray and bless the food. And if you are a healthy, strong gentleman and you have got a seat and there is an elderly person standing, kindly ask if you don't mind to offer your seat for the elderly among us, and also for the ladies among us.
Ladies, can you please come here?
So if you can do that, that would be absolutely brilliant if you've got a seat for the lady. Thank you, God, for the provision, and thank you for the preparation. As we eat, we pray that you will use the food to nourish our bodies and to strengthen our bond of fellowship with one another. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, we'll have Professor Fall start his thing before food reaches you. Professor, go.
Your Excellency's happy 60th anniversary. I was supposed to do a presentation on the Gambian presence in the United Kingdom from 1720 to 2030. 2020, which is 300 years. Clearly, we won't have time for that. But I want to call your attention to a few important dates in the relationship between the Gambia and the United Kingdom. Many people are aware that what is now the city of Banjul was ceded to the British Empire in 1816, and that perhaps was the beginning of the colonial relationship between Britain and the Gambia. But the earliest documentary evidence that I have seen in the United Kingdom that mentions the Gambia goes back to the 3rd of May, 1588. On the 3rd of May, 1588, Queen Elizabeth I issued letters patent to Philip of Portugal, allowing only Philip and people he owed money to have the British subjects who would have access to what is the Gambia. I stand corrected, but I think that is the oldest reference in imperial and colonial history when Gambia was mentioned. You then fast forward to 1783 in the Treaty of Versailles. There are several Treaty of Versailles, but the 1783 one, signed on the 3rd of September 1783, it was sorting out a whole number of disputes between the British and the French. And in that section, in Articles 9 and 10, we see the matter of Gambia and what is now the map of the Gambia being settled. In Article 9, His Majesty ceded a number of lands to France. One of them was Gore, the other was Saint Louis, Ndar, and the other was Podor. These were controlled by the Brits. In that agreement, they ceded it to France, the King of France. This is before the French Revolution. They still had a king. And in Article 10, the King of France accepted the dominion of the British king on Fort James, which is now Kundakinde Island, and the River Gambia. That is the beginning of the improbable map of the Gambia. Many people have wondered how come the map of the Gambia is just that, the River Gambia. Well, 3rd of September 1783, Treaty of Versailles, the river is conceded. There's apocryphal evidence that we cannot confirm as to why roughly it's just 15 miles either side of the river. Some say it's because the cannons of the British troops could protect about 15 miles. So roughly, that is how the map of the Gambia came. I mentioned 1816, when Captain Alexander Grant, sitting in Sierra Leone, Freetown, was sent to Gambia to acquire land on behalf of the British Crown. And that land is Banjul, and it was sold on a lease by the Chief Tumani Bojan at a value at the time of about £25 per annum. And that was the beginning of Banjul. And of course, 3 years later, in 1821, the Gambia formally became a colony of Britain. 3 years after Alexander Grant came. 2 more days. We have the 18th of February 1965. We remember in 1964, the second negotiation for independence. The High Commissioner had mentioned the people who attended. And the Gambia Independence Act was not passed by the House of Commons until the 17th of December 1964. And that is when a date was set for independence. And of course, the next day would be the 24th of April 1976. It was 1970 when the Gambia became a republic, and the Governor General at the time, it was not Sir Palimon Singate, it was the acting Governor General Sir Suleiman Jah, handed over to Sadauda Jawara, who became the first president of the Republic of the Gambia. That, I think, is a summary. I am pleased to hand over the mic on another occasion. We will discuss the lives of Gambians who over to you.
Thank you very much, Professor. That was Professor Wayne. Your Excellency, can you step forward to cut the cake? If we don't have the head of the army, I don't know whether he's there. Anderson Gallo, are you here? No, you, yes. Reverend? Is it Professor? Yeah. Yeah, you just step behind them to cut the cake.
I need to take pictures
Next
of
food is
what is like live for some of them. Okay. Oh, come here.
I know there are a lot of Sisekunda, Kamaragunda, Yagakoli. You can take the cake and go home with it. Okay, Your Excellency, you can step towards the flag and I'll be calling these individuals to pick their
Sorry, Lau.
name. Then we have
I got a big
Ali
video as
Duval.
well. Yeah,
Ali Duval
They're giving
is
awards
a
now, so
captain
maybe
who
we should
appeared
start
for
there.
Master's Chef. They went to knockout stages. So we are recognizing them for putting the flag of Gambia positively. Can you clap for her, please? Thank you.
Doonay Omar Gueye Niang yow boo taxawee fii doon ambassadeur war a jàkkaarloo wax ak yow.
Okay.
Ma ne ko madame Bensuda
Yankuba Minte, whose award will be received by
yoo xam ne naa xaaj yow
Yankuba said he
yoo
will
xam ne
find
maa bàyyee
time.
noonu.
He's on training today, but he will find time to come to the High Commission who will organize an event that he will try to speak inspirationally to Gambians. Dr. Nick Morris. Dr. Nick Morris, we all have from him. He has maintained good relations between the Gambia and the United Kingdom, and he really has helped a lot of Gambians settle legally in the United Kingdom. I think we don't know the number, maybe 400, maybe 500 Gambians through their link that have helped Gambians to stay legally in the Union. This was recognized. Okay, we will have Faba Karituri for his own award. We all know Fab Story, better known for Manding Entertainment. He goes everywhere. Christian program, Muslim program, Faba Kari is there. So these plans were made in Gambia by one of our best artists, and and this one also is made by a Gambian lady called Gambros. So So next we have Manjit Gil. Manjit organized and run a charity called Big T. For the past 6 years, he helped young Gambian girls to go through the starting period, puberty, and she runs providing pads and lots of things, work with the basic education ministry. Manjit, thank you. We all know footballer Ibu Adams. These are people that we want to use to inspire our young people. Give a round of applause to Ibu Adams to receive his award. He plays for Derby, and he's an inspiration that a lot of young people can know that they can make it in sport with dedication and pride. So for Sona Jobate, she was meant to come, but she was also function. Sona Jobate's son, Sidiki. Sidiki was named after Sidiki Keba. Jan Keba. This is Sona Jobate's son who sang Gambia. Can you put that for us, please? Sidiki himself is a multi-talented instrumentalist. Sidiki, stay there. Pasalio, can you go wide for Pasalio? Pasalio grew up Pasalio won BBC Sound in the UK. He played at the Momo and many venues. Pasalio is an inspiration to a lot of young people. So let food be going, please. Let food be served at every table. We want people to start eating.
Hello? Assalamu alaikum. Peace be up to you. Happy Independence Day. So I wrote a little speech, won't take the time. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The High Commissioner, Fatou Bensouda, the Deputy High Commissioner, Soto Tuli, and the entire team of the Gambian High Commission. I am privileged to join you in honoring such a special occasion. And I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for inviting me, my family, to the Gambian Independence celebration. That I do. The Gambia is the smallest country in Africa, however, the hearts of the people are the biggest, and the smiles, of course. We are the smiling coast of Africa, and I pray to God to keep us all smiling and grant us opportunities to make the rest of the world smile too. The Gambia is a place where the summer never ends. May the sun and happiness and hope shine on the people of Gambia for infinity, and let it be a means of light for others too. Let all fraudulent claims of jollof rice diminish ASAP, and the glory to be Gambia's always. May we take self-reliance to the heights the world has never seen. May our fruits fill the world with sweetness. Let the world learn from the unity and the love of the Gambian people, regardless of differences. I pray that the spirit of open hearts and kindness of my people spreads across the world so that everyone else may also live in happiness too. So much so that we all become the smiling people of the world and not the smiling coast of Africa.
Whilst we are taking, there is somebody who is going to read poetry, but we have Mr. Kumari, somebody from the Gambia Health Matters UK. We work with them because we deal with lots of Gambian who going through mental health, and they deal with us secretly and confidentially. When we consult them, Musa, can one of your representatives step here or yourself to just say a few words on mental health or whatever.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Madam High Commissioner, esteemed staff of the Gambia Embassy, distinguished dignitaries, fellow panelists, and all present at this august gathering. I greet you all and wish everyone a happy 60th independent anniversary of our beautiful Gambia. Independent anniversaries are moments of pride, reflection, and celebration. We celebrate our progress as a nation and the resilience of our people, both at home and in the diaspora. But as we celebrate, we must also ask ourselves, are we truly free if we are silently struggling with mental health challenges? Today, the Gambia High Commission has given us an opportunity to highlight a crucial yet often overlooked issue: mental health and well-being within our communities. Mental health is just as important as physical health, yet many of us hesitate to talk about it. The World Health Organization, WHO, defines mental health as a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well, and work well. Simply put, mental health affects how we think, feel, and function every day. As WHO rightly says, there is no health without mental health. The UK is a home to a substantial number of Africans. According to gov.uk 2022, 2.4 million people of black ethnic backgrounds reside in the UK, with 1.5 million identifying as black African. Among them, Gambian immigrants form a significant community for 2020. As immigrants, we embrace new opportunities, but we also face challenges such as loneliness, cultural adjustment, financial pressures, and sometimes even discrimination. These struggles take a toll on mental health. Unfortunately, studies show that black and minority ethnic groups face significant barriers to accessing mental health care and are more likely to end up in crisis situations rather than receiving early support. One of the biggest challenges we face is stigma. In many of our communities, mental health struggles such as stress, anxiety, and depression are often dismissed or misunderstood. Some believe that seeking help is a sign of weakness. Others fear judgment or even legal consequences. As a result, too many suffer in silence. As a community, we need to understand that seeking help is not a weakness. It is strength. Struggle with mental health does not mean you are crazy or beyond help. It simply means you are human. Stress and anxiety and depression are real, but they are also treatable. That is why Gambia Healthcare Matters UK, in collaboration with the Gambia High Commission, is exploring ways to provide better support for our community. we may not have the facilities to offer direct mental health care, we aim to create a systematic signpost individuals to the right services. This initiative is still in Parliament, but we hope to share more details soon, inshallah. As we celebrate 60 years of independence, let us also embrace a future where we support one another, not just in business, education and culture, but in mental health and well-being as well. Let's start by breaking barriers. Let's break the silence. Let's support each other. And most importantly, let's remember that one should not suffer alone. Thank you all for your time. And once again, happy Independence Day.
Thank you very much. We are going to be recognizing 3 people who always help us to share our information. Young Fatu Job, Tina Cisse, Atu Gates, and we have all of you close here. Fatu Job, and Tina Cisse, Tina Mata Cisse. Tina did a TikTok video. She's a very popular Gambian young woman on TikTok who is always funny. She's always there with her mom, making people laugh, and people see Your Excellency. We have Fatima Genius Fatu Job has always also been very helpful to us. Last year we had about 6 to 7 young Gambians as interns working with us and learning how we do diplomacy. So next we have Atu Gates. Atu, everybody know Atu. Hunting, Atu, and his hunting group. Atu, yay! Atu is only behind the camera. He's never in any picture. And so this is what we have to do. We have to pick people up from doing good behind the scenes, not wanting to be seen, not wanting to be known. Atu is one such person. And we recognize him for being a proud, patriotic Gambian. Very, very proud Gambian.
I don't think I can just keep quiet at this time. After, I'm sure you wouldn't want me to say this, but we want to thank God because when he was coming to the church, a car almost killed him. He actually fell on the ground. But God was so good, and we give thanks for your life.
So we just have one for our soldiers. Really, they made all of us proud. And they made our excellency walk all around the building. That was really good. these are Gambians, really. RT Dabo. RT has taken off his uniform, but he's a wonderful leader himself, Diba, and Apply Bojan, Alison Jallo, and Adi, and a lot of them. So really, they are very proud. And out of their earnings, they form a charity by giving back to all of hospitals in Gambia. They've been doing that for the past 4 years now. So we have a poet, Sophia Tapo wants to read now, but whoever we forget, we thank you. The parents who came with their siblings, Morgan, everybody, we thank every single Gambian who came here. And next year as well, if we are living and alive, we'll look into our communities, those doing well. Of course, Professor Ibn Fall is going to get a special day for himself, for being Mr. Diaspora and Mr. Gambia. He's always been fighting the battle for diaspora. I remember, I think it was in December, when I was at the Gambia Nation, and we met there and he told me diaspora was vote, diaspora voting, diaspora this, diaspora investment, and really we have to support it. And our good friend Joey Goswell, he's somebody that we work a lot of part with. Joey, it's good to see you. And everybody, all the community leaders from Leeds, Birmingham, and Sumana Barrows, people from Birmingham, we worked with them last year, Your Excellency, to help a young Gambian who was sleeping homeless for 2 weeks in February outside. And we worked with them to remove him all the way to Birmingham. They helped us find a mental health. That young boy is now fine, he's okay, he's helping his community. So the community from Birmingham, really, let's give them a round of applause. Really, they've done well. And we also have Gambians from Leeds. Last year also, we had a young Gambian sleeping outside in Leeds. I went there, Luha and others, they helped us to try our best to get him to get help. And also in Manchester, the same thing. So our work, we cannot do it by ourselves. We work with the community. And there's no politics in what we do. We just see Gambia and Gambians. So Newcastle, Newcastle, they are here. In fact, they brought me Hanif, Your Excellency, from Dublin, West Coast. I forgot his first name, but Jibril Cole. Is Jibril Cole here also? Yeah, Jibril Cole, we thank you for Newcastle. So there are many people. Where's the point? Your support.
So you
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. And happy 60th independence to our people, our country. Little but Talawa, powerful. To really know where we're growing, we have to first know our roots. So let this poem serve as an encouragement, but also a reminder that though we are only 60 years old, that's still quite young. There's still so much time. But to know where we're going, we have to first know our seeds. So tell me, do you still have that breath in your lungs and that rhythm on your heart? Do you still have that song on your tongue and that pen in your palms? Do you still have that mind in you, that grind in you, that climb? Let me tell you what time can do. Actually, let me tell you about just the roots, about the tree's season of waiting before the first shoot, where nobody had seen a flower, nobody had acknowledged the tree. The foundations are built where nobody can see. First comes the seed, but then it grows within ground, where there is no crowd, no crown, no congratulations. The mightier the tree, the deeper the foundation and the roots have to be. We ask ourselves, why are we still waiting? Instead of, what are we rooting in? The people yet to root for you, they will come. But the greatest tree had to remain unseen for a while for it to become the one. So do not give up, my love, stay looking up. Stay tough. If you need trust, then come to where we load up in God. Hands on your lungs, if they still move up, then so we must. If even the dust will rise into life, how much more us who are already alive? So I ask you again, tell me, do you still have that breath in your lungs? Then we still have life to spend it on. Thank you. Thank you.
That's Sophia. Thank you very much, Sophia. I think they want a group picture of all the awardees to come in the front of the stage. If you can step in the front to take a group picture. A group picture.
Sénégalais la man duma Sénégalais Gambien la yaakaar naa ni ñi fi nekk ñëpp kenn woon ñëpp
maa leen ngeen
mostly maa leen ngénte
waaw waaw
wala maa tëdd seen foofu la yem waaw kon nag jërë ngeen jëf su ngeen ma awootee gis naa ne sama liggéey ci Gambia High Excellency defal na ko kii nag ñii la ñu mel moom rek moo fi ambassadeur boo xam ni bu ñu ñëwee fii ak léegi Gambie ñëpp gis nañu seen bopp. fii parti boo ko woowee mu dem parti xeebu ko football boo ko woowee mu dem géej mu dem ngénte mu dem gàmmu mu dem yal na la yàlla jàppale.
So please, when you're making your way out, please be mindful not to go towards the chapel. Right from this door and the exits, and then the way you came in, that will be the way. So please don't go down towards the lift. There will be a service going on there, and you want to be quiet. The service is the program is coming to an end now. We're going to have the cakes, and then we want to thank you all. Congratulations for the Gambia, and may God continue to richly bless this nation in a special way. We'll cut the cake now and people will take them, and thank you very much.
Get them onto the stage and like throw people at the back because not everyone's gonna fit in the frame. How is everyone supposed to fit in the frame?
We've got 10 more minutes to clear up, so thank you very much everyone. God bless you. 10 more minutes to clear up, so thank you very much everyone. God richly bless you. It's been an amazing time celebrating with the Gambians. God bless. Special thank you to White Light for providing the PA system. White Light for providing the audiovisual facilities. Thank you very much for all those who prepare the food. And a lot of thanks and appreciation to the steering committee.